All right, update on the tractor. So, last time I did a video on this tractor, we talked about the wheel. This left wheel was loose, so I worried about the fact that it could have a bad hub and or bad spline, and maybe that was the problem. Now, I managed to tighten this nut up a bit. I actually took off one of the washers behind it and turned the nut around because the threads are damaged. Now, either the threads in the nut or the shaft are the problem, and I can't really tell which. They both look a little worn. So, can't put as much pressure on it as it calls for, but I did get enough on it to get the wheel tight. So I ordered a jam nut for it, and hopefully that will solve that problem, and that's coming in this week, hopefully maybe beginning of the next. The other problem I have is the starter motor on this refused to engage this afternoon, so I came out and pulled the starter and to take a look at it. And fortunately, when I started to take the starter apart, as soon as I wiggled it at all, a bunch of pieces started to clank off of the end of it into the inside of my bell housing. So the Bendix basically was ready to fall apart, which is probably why it wasn't engaging in the first place. So as I took the starter motor out, most of the pieces of the Bendix decided to stay inside. So now I've got a problem. I got a bunch of pieces inside the bell housing, and I need to get them out of there. So trying to figure out how to access the inside of that bell housing. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of luck going through this opening where the starter motor goes in. It's a pretty good size opening, and I don't know, maybe if I get a borescope and a magnet, I might be able to get the pieces out. But the other option is to take something apart to make a whole opening. And it looks like there's a plate here where the shifter is. I think that just goes into the transmission, and that probably won't give me access to the bell housing. But if I take off the steering box, that might give me access to the bell housing here where I can get at it and find those parts. This is mostly empty space in here. You can actually put an auxiliary transmission inside this thing. It's something I actually wanted to do at some point, but I'm not ready to split the tractor today to do that or anytime soon. So probably looking at taking off the steering box and getting access that way. That probably means taking a bunch of stuff apart though. So we'll see. Maybe I'll try to go in through the starter motor opening and do that first. And if that doesn't work out, then maybe I'll take a bunch of stuff apart and get the steering box off and then get in that way. I know if I get in that way, I'll get access to it and I should be all right. But either way, I'm going to get it going again, and it'll be back on the road. On Monday, we had a good day with it, and it did a pretty good job down at the bottom of the hill. Fixed a bunch of ruts, so it's going to be effective. Just need to get it going.